Lickety-Splat is a pretty good cartoon. This is a Warner Brothers Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon from 1961. It's directed by Chuck Jones and Abe Levitow, and we have some pretty interesting things. Most of it, I'll be honest, involves explosives, and I'm not the biggest fan of explosives when it comes to Wile E. Coyote because I find that they're quite similar. But it actually was enough to keep me engaged, and I found that some of them were actually quite interesting. I don't want to go into too much detail about what happens, but the point there is that actually ordinarily I'm not the biggest fan of explosive-based Wile E. Coyote cartoons, but this one actually I thought was interesting. Very well animated. But it was actually the beginning that I loved the most. He's using these skis, and what happens with the skis? Well, there's a moment where he comes like a hair away from grabbing onto onto Roadrunner, and it was so intense. Like, it looked like for a second he was genuinely going to catch him, and I thought that's playing with my emotions, because it was pretty incredibly animated and really well done, and the pacing was just spot on. The sound effects are awesome. That's usually the case with Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons, but I found that to be even more so the case in Lickety-Splat. I just feel like the sound effects were brilliant, they were spot on, the timing of them was great, they really helped to add to carrying the narrative. I had a lot of fun with this one. Sure, the main focus of it may not be something I ordinarily care for, but I think it worked really well. And the quality of the animation is really good, the pacing's really good, the sound effects are brilliant. Absolutely no complaints about Lickety-Splat. I don't know if it'd be one of my favourite Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons, but because I tend to prefer the ones that have got more of a strong running theme. Obviously the running theme here is more so explosives, but at the same time, I thought it worked really well. Lickety-Splat is a good cartoon, one I'd happily watch again, which is not always the case with Coyote and Roadrunners, and of course one that I recommend.